It's dance break time. I guess I'm just dancing.
Hello?
Hello, is this Levi?
Yep.
Levi, Paul, and Tommy, Outsider Tackle Box, a radio show and podcast. Welcome to the show.
What is going on,
Yep.
Levi?
Thank you.
He decided not to introduce me, which is fine. I'm not hurt.
I usually say hi, Tommy. That's his cue.
Yeah, you didn't give me
We
the cue
don't
this
have
time.
any flashy red lights. We have a red light on the camera, so it's like we see the red light on the camera, but there's usually me saying, Tommy, it's go ahead and say hi.
Yeah, I don't get the cue sometimes. I'm too busy, not paying attention. I do that quite well.
Yeah.
The idea behind the radio show and podcast is to spread happiness to the world through the joys of fishing, and fish stories do just that. And along with the photo, we want to hear where you caught that those two fish, the bait that you were using, and then the size of it. My particular question is, I can't even really tell what that second fish, that little dark fish, I don't know if it's sideways, upside down, or if it's a bird. I thought it was a bird, but I'm guessing it's a fish.
No, yeah, no.
But this is your...
First off,
Go ahead.
all right. First off, for the smallmouth bass, we were up north in northern Michigan fishing on the Sable River. That picture was taken probably about 2 hours after I caught it, actually. We were out throwing some rattle traps in the evening, and we were throwing some poppers. And the smallmouth always hammer the poppers up there. There's some nice smallmouth in that river and stuff. And earlier in the summer, I kind of made a popper out of a little piece of wood that I found and carved it out and everything. So I was pretty excited about trying that out. And they started to stop hitting the poppers for a little bit. So I decided, well, we're just sitting there not catching much, so I'd throw on my popper and stuff. And so I tied on the popper that I had handmade and everything, threw it out. And it took a couple casts, but then this huge smallmouth, the biggest smallmouth I've ever seen, blew up on it.
Wow.
Nice.
And I thought my lure was honestly going to break because I didn't know if it put together right and everything.
And you were more upset at the fact that you would have to recarve another one.
Oh, yeah.
No, just that is awesome.
So I got it in and everything, and I was just amazed at that fish. That was a beauty.
In the photo, that thing is taking up at least half the size of you. And so how big do you think that fish was?
I would say that's probably about 5 pounds.
And lengthwise, that thing's got to be at least, what, 3 feet? 3 feet at least?
Shoot.
Because he's holding it out.
The way he's holding it, I mean,
would
that's
say-
a good photo trick that I do often. I do those photo tricks to make my fish look big.
Paul makes anchovies look like they're sharks. He's like, hey, look at this. And he puts it all the way up into the camera.
The closer you put the fish to the actual camera, the fish looks bigger. If you're further away,
Yeah.
that's a trick. Yeah. And if you put little weights inside the fish mouth and then weigh it, it adds weight to your fish. Do that too.
So you got
That's a trick.
you got a 12-pound anchovy that's like 3 feet long, but when you see it, it's only like 3.
These are all tricks that I use when we're fishing with your buddies.
And
Never on a trip where you're
And then you wonder why, Levi. We have trust issues with him.
Come on, that's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Putting a fish weight in the fish mouth. That's funny.
That is pretty funny.
But anyway, no, that's awesome. So you caught that smallmouth on the lure that you made just for fun.
Oh, yeah.
That is awesome, man.
Yep.
That story doesn't get any better than that. I mean,
Doesn't.
There's been times where I've looked at things and I'm like, oh, I should carve my own, my own popper or spook or something like that. And to be honest, I don't get around to it. But
And Levi,
would
we
be cool.
actually, our specialty is featuring local artists, and maybe it was just the only lure you ever made. But if you want to send us one, we'll
put it up on the
we'll
bids.
put it up on the we'll make it available to the general public, and we'll just tell everybody where they can get that lure.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
All right.
And then you can maybe go from there. But it's up to you.
Yeah.
No pressure. But we love Tommy and I. We get people to make things, send it in. And then we test it. And if we see it right away and we're like, this is gonna work, like
Yeah.
we'll maybe test it. Sometimes we're just
Well,
like, this is good, and then we'll send it out. We haven't had any problems with any of our
no,
local artisans, and so.
that's kind of like our thing is we help our local artisans. We help people, down the street,
But
your
let's get
neighbor,
back to the fish
whatnot.
story, because there's another fish in there, and that's what we were curious about. Like, what kind of fish is that? That second fish?
That looks like well,
Batfish.
It's a batfish.
okay.
Okay, let's hear
Yep.
about that one.
So actually, we're down in Sarasota, Florida, down on in Sarasota Bay, and I was on my friend's dock, and I thought it looks more of a stingray or some type of flatfish or a flounder when I first saw it, and it was so still, so I kind of thought it was a rock, but it looked pretty cool. So I threw my live shrimp out that I had on my hook, and I jigged it right by its mouth, and then it just turned real fast and grabbed it and spit it out. And then I was about to reel it up, just reel my bait up and cast it back out and try again. What it came up for, and like missed it and turned around, and it got hooked in its side. So that's why it's kind of like leaning on the side right there in the picture.
Yeah, and Tommy,
So I kind of snapped it, but
they pulled up a picture, and it looks like they have little feet on the
Yeah.
on the end of their like the
yeah,
whatever that side fin is.
It looks almost like a little
yep,
like a mud kipper type of thing. Like it jumps around on
yeah, pretty
like
much.
kind of bounces around on the
We
bottom.
have guitar fish that looks a little bit without the feet that thing has, and
Yeah.
so I've never actually
Yeah,
seen
I've caught
one. This is
hardfish before too. Those are pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
this is our first our
First?
our our
First?
our first
Our
bat
first
fish
batfish.
story, and I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I mean, honestly, I personally, we're from Southern California, so
I
we have
have
a whole
fished in
different.
Florida before once, and so
I've never fished in Florida, and I've never caught anything like that.
and he was using shrimp, so
Oh,
that's awesome.
yeah.
nice, nice.
That's the one thing I like about saltwater, though, other than freshwater. You literally never know what you're gonna catch in the ocean. So it's kind
Exactly,
of more fun a
exactly.
little bit.
You can look at a lake and be like, there's bass, there's cats in there, there's this, and then there's that.
Like
But
you're more of like targeting species in lakes and everything, but like if you're out in the ocean, you like never know what you're gonna catch.
exactly. I
So that's
mean,
the joy of
that's how
that.
it is for us out here. I mean, we can go. We do. Well, I do a lot of like. We call them.
Eating.
I do that a lot. But we do a lot of like mud marlin fishing, which is actually bat rays. And
Yeah.
out here, if you're fishing for them, there's always a chance that you can end up hooking into like a large shark because they all hit the same thing.
Huh?
So you're out there, you're fishing for bat rays, and next thing you know, you got like a 4 foot thresher shark on your hook, and you're trying to battle that thing, and it's so much fun,
Oh yeah.
so much fun. So no, it's
Well,
I
Yep.
agree with you.
we love the
Always.
stories. Please continue to send in photos to us.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you some free stuff for coming on the show.
Yeah, please
Offline, just send
send
us
us a message.
your where to mail it to,
Yeah.
and we're gonna
All right.
ship you some free tackle. And so hopefully you can see
Okay.
some fish pictures from being caught out on. Everything we're gonna send you is stuff we put in our subscription boxes, and so we love to see
Okay.
pictures of people catching fish because those local artisans, just like yourself, are making their own baits, either a plastic or a hard bait, and so we send them
Yeah.
out to people who wouldn't. You can't go to your local bait shop and buy it because
Nope.
these people are making it out of their home and they haven't gotten it into any stores yet. And so,
And we've actually helped people get into stores
Yeah.
too, so that's kind of cool too.
yeah, people have gone on to our biggest success stories. People gone on to Walmart, the
Yep.
Walmart online, and so
Yep. Yep.
the
Oh wow. All right.
and so then Amazon's pretty easy to get into too.
Yep.
You just need to have a UPC code,
Yep.
and then that's pretty much
Okay.
So but I mean, like I said, if you
that'll cost you $1.
if you want to message us and whatnot, we'll
Not from us, but from the UPC company.
Yeah,
Whoever
yeah.
you use,
No,
you
exactly.
the codes cost like $1,
Yeah.
so you got to add that to your price. But,
But-
yeah, I
but
mean, we
Levi-
help people all the time.
if you want, you can message us, and if you wanna put one up, like want to hit us up, and we'll get one up on like the bids, and you can see how much it's gonna how much it'll go for, or just kind of have an idea of how many people are interested in your baits. You can actually see like a bid history type of thing, and
Okay.
and we can do something like that, and get your thing out there and see if anybody really
If nothing
enjoy
else,
it.
it's fun to just see your bait
Yeah.
somewhere else. Like in Cal, like if
Yeah.
we'll catch it, we'll catch one in California, and
well,
we'll just be like, "Hey, look,
Well, it's
Levi,
kind of cool. I
we
mean,
caught something on your bait."
we got a guy out here in Southern California who's a real good friend of ours, and one of his biggest fans now through us is up in Alaska.
Yeah.
Up in Alaska,
Wow.
and Alaska would have never had his baits prior to, so that's kind of cool. So,
All right.
all right, man.
Well,
You
from
take
all of us
care.
here at Outsider Tackle Box, Levi's Tight Lines, Fish More. Thanks for coming on the show. Come
Take
back
care, bud.
anytime, and
Yep.
yeah, have a great one.
Thank you.
Have a good Saturday, bud. Take
You
care.
too.
Bye bye.